This is a short video on how to use the calculator for exponents and roots. If we have a number such as 3 squared, our exponent is 2, and what we're basically doing is we're multiplying the base, which is 3, 2 times. Okay? Now instead of punching in 3 times 3 for 3 squared, we can use a special button, this X2 button right here. If we punch in 3 X2, you can see the calculator shows that 2 as an exponent. And then just hit enter and you get your answer. And in fact 3 times 3 is 9. Go ahead and try another one. 5 squared. What is 5 squared? 25. Now the X2 button is only for squaring numbers. If we want to use an exponent that's something different than 2, we're going to use the number or the button above the X2 button. Right here. Looks like an arrow pointing up. We call that the caret, and you might think of it as we're raising to the power of. So let's say we have 2 and our exponent is going to be 4. So we're going to hit the 2, that's our base, and again we're going to not hit the X2, we're going to go above and hit that caret, and that creates a box where you can then insert your exponent, which will be 4. Hit enter and we get 16. And that's true because if we go 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. Let's try one more. If we have 10 to the 8th power, let's go 10 to the 8th power, we're going to hit that caret, 8 equals, and in this case we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros. So we've got 1, so that number is 100 million. While we're doing this powers of 10, let's do another power of 10. Let's do 10 to the 4th and see what we get. Notice we have 4 zeros. If we did 10 to the 6th, we would have 1 and 6 zeros. That's going to be the case for powers of 10. The little trick is just to count up the zeros of the exponent, and that will tell you how many zeros to write down for your number. Let's move on to roots. Let's say we want to take the square root of 25. What we're doing is we're looking for the number that when we multiply it to itself twice, we're going to get 25. Hopefully you know the answer is going to be 5, and so I'm going to write that answer here. But let me show you how you would access that on your calculator. You can see on this calculator there are on each button there's a white function. Okay, here's the X2, that was the caret. See this green button? This green button allows each button to have more than one function. Above the X2 key is a button or a symbol, excuse me, not a button, a symbol that looks like this. Okay? That's the square root symbol. And to access that symbol or any symbol that's written in green, we want to first hit the second button. And that basically tells the calculator we only want to look at the green functions, not the functions that are written on the top of the buttons. So to access or to figure out the square root of 25, we're first going to hit second and then x2, which is really the square root key, and you can see on the screen we get the square root symbol, and then we punch in our number. In this case it's 25. Hit enter, and sure enough we get 5. Let's try the square root of 36. So again, second square root of, or the square root, or the x2 button, 36, enter, 6. And I know that's true because 6 times 6 equals 36. Let's try one more. Let's do the square root of 400. So we've got second, x2, 400 equals. And I know that's true again because 20 times 20 is 400. So the root, or the square root of 400, is 20. Now the harder roots are when you've got when you're not looking for a square root, but maybe the third root or the fifth root, and we're going to do that a little bit differently. Remember this button up here, the caret? Well, the green symbol above it looks like this, with a little X right there. That X refers to the index. So this is the index. Okay, and that index is telling us how many times the number inside this symbol where we've basically have multiplied to get this number. So for instance, if I want to take the cubed root of 8, I'm looking for a number that when I multiply it 3 times, it's going to equal 8. Okay? Now we could before we get to the calculator, this is what I'm looking at. A number times that same number times that same number is going to equal 8. And whatever this number is, that's what the root is going to be. And if you can think about it for a minute, you'll get 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So the cubed root of 8 will be 2. Now to figure that out on our calculator, let's go ahead and use this key right here. So again, we have to use that second button to access this index, which is an X in this case. Now we have to tell the calculator, however, what that X is going to represent. If we're doing this problem here, the cubed root of 8, we want to first punch in the 3 and then the second key button, and then that caret, because we're going to access that X index, and then we're going to put in our 8. So let's go ahead and try that. This is our index, second, the root button, and then our 8. And sure enough, we get 2. Let's try another one. Let's try the cubed root of 64. So again, we want to first tell our calculator what the index is. In this case it's 3, second, and then the root sign, 64, enter, and that's 4. 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times 4 is 64. Now we can go ahead and do some other ones. Let's say we have, let's find the fourth root of 16. So we'll go 4, second, the root sign, 16, 2. And that's true because 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So this 4 means how many times we're multiplying a number, the root, and whatever that product is, that's what our number is underneath this root sign, the square roots, or the fourth root sign.